Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. This time I took a look at the Star Wars The Force Awakens The Black Series 6-inch Kylo Ren Unmasked figure. And this is from the Star Wars The Force Awakens toy line from Hasbro. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the packaging. So taking a look at the packaging, pretty standard Black Series packaging. It's got the Star Wars, the Black Series logo on the top. On the bottom right, we can see a nice picture of Kylo Ren with his unmasked face. And then you can see the nice bubble window, and then the bottom left says Kylo Ren Unmasked. As we go to the side, you can see that it says Kylo Ren, or at least it says some of it, but you can't see all the letters. And as we go to the right side, you can see that this is number 26 in the series, and it says Kylo Ren there. On the back, pretty standard looking Black Series packaging. It's got that big picture on the back. It's got Star Wars Black Series logo on the top. And then what it says written on the side, it says Kylo Ren, a dark warrior strong with the Force. Kylo Ren commands First Order missions with a temper as fiery as his unconventional lightsaber. So, kind of vague description. I mean, pretty generic, but I love the Black Series packaging. Here we have one of the newer Last Jedi smaller Black Series. This is the 3 3/4 inch that's only available at Walmart, and you can see it's just a miniature version of that. But these figures are known for their really good articulation. But let's get this guy opened up. So taking a look at the Kylo Ren Unmasked figure, really nice looking figure. Actually, after getting the older Black Series Kylo Ren out, the one with the mask, I find that I like this one a ton better. Now there also is a, what's it, Kmart exclusive that had him on Starkiller base, and he has a little bit of snow on his like the bottom of his cloak and stuff. And he has a different lightsaber, like more like this style lightsaber than the other one that came with the original one. But overall, like I said, this is probably my favorite so far. So obviously, the main thing with this one is he's unmasked. So you do have that Adam Driver head sculpt. It looks fairly decent. It is kind of blocked by this cloak a little bit, but I mean, it's a pretty good looking version of Adam Driver, which I'll show when I go into the close-ups and stuff like that. But very, very nice. The main thing with this one is I really enjoy this lightsaber over the last lightsaber. When I show the other lightsaber, I will probably do I'll do a little quick comparison just so you can see. This is a much better lightsaber. This is a style lightsaber that came with that Kmart exclusive, which unfortunately I don't have yet. But he also comes with a little just regular lightsaber, which does fit on his belt, which is really cool. Really great detail. But overall, I mean, everything seems to be fairly close to the other one. It's just, it seems to be down to detail. There's a lot more sculpting in his little, like, I don't even know what you call that, scarf style cloak that hangs down his back. There's just more tooling, so it looks more like cloth-like, even though it's rubber. So it's definitely a more updated version. I did notice that his belt is painted a little bit better. But everything else seems to be fairly close. The one thing on my other 6-inch one is my cloak of like here was really long. This, and it would like hang off, and he kind of looked like he was wearing a dress. This is much better. It pretty much ends right where his feet are. It doesn't go onto the ground, which I definitely do like. Going onto the back, you can see, he looks really cool. He's got that Kylo Ren look to him. I mean, everything just looks absolutely top-notch on this guy. Now, as far as articulation, he is a Black Series figure, so he's got the pretty standard 6-inch Black Series articulation. His head is on a ball joint. His arms move. They rotate at the shoulders. They bend at the elbow. They turn at the elbow. He turns at the wrist. On his right hand, he has forward and back pivot. On his right arm, it's all the same, except he's got side-to-side pivot, which is pretty standard. And then he does kind of move at the waist. He's kind of restricted by all this stuff, but he's kind of got that ball joint at the waist. His legs move, full motion in his legs. He has the upper thigh turn. He has a double knee joint, which is standard with the 6-inch Black Series. He can move his ankle forward and back, and he does have ankle pivot. So pretty standard with the 6-inch Black Series. I mean, he's got an incredible amount of articulation on this guy. Let me try and get him to stand after I mess with his leg. But let's take a closer look. Here you can see the Adam Driver head sculpt, and it looks really nice. Obviously, it's blocked a lot by this cloak. I'll kind of pull it down, and you can see he looks really nice. Now, this is on a ball joint, so you can pop this off, and this piece can come off, and you can fold this down a little better. So if you want to expose the Adam Driver head sculpt more, you can do that. But you can see the tooling in the hair looks pretty good. I mean, everything on this guy looks good, and his cloak seems to fit him a little bit better than I had with the other Kylo Ren, the masked Kylo Ren that originally came out. But like I said, I really do like this. He's very pale. His skin color is very pale. So on the camera, it sometimes shows up very white, especially when you kind of zoom out. But I mean, he's got a very pale looking face. Taking a look at the midsection, you can see he looks really good. I mean, everything looks nice. He's got that nice belt on it. On this figure compared to the masked version, there's more silver painted on the center buckle. So it's definitely more pronounced on this guy. Here you can see the hilt of his lightsaber, and everything just looks really nice. I mean, it's a really detailed looking lightsaber, and you can see, I mean, everything looks nice. It's got that cool looking molding in it, so it's been, ignited in the way it kind of churns when it turns on, instead of like a flush, nice, clean lightsaber from the the original stuff. This is definitely represents the way his lightsaber is. He does have an unignited lightsaber that comes with him as well, and you can actually, there's a section on his belt. Let me see if I can even show it on camera. There it is. You can actually clip it onto his belt. Let's see if I can do that. It's kind of, there's a little tab right here. It's very tight, but fits very good once you get it in. Let's see if I can actually get, there you go. So it's actually clipped onto his belt. And just to kind of show you what I was talking about, this is the lightsaber that came with the original 6-inch Black Series Kylo Ren. And it just looks really stupid. It didn't come with a separate hilt that's unignited like this one does. It's got this piece that actually this whole piece can come off. I hate the way this looks. They fixed that with the Kmart exclusive looking one. It has more of the setup that this one does. But, the detail looks good. Now this, This hilt right here is actually different than the other hilt. It looks very similar than the one that he comes with unignited. You cannot actually attach this to it. It does not fit. One thing I definitely like more on this figure is how his cloak ends where his feet is. It's not flowing onto the ground and looks ridiculous. This figure seemed to correct that. My other one had an extremely long cloak, and it was like almost impossible to fix it because it would bunch up. Going on to the back, here's the back side of his like scarf style cloak, the back part of his cloak that hangs over, and it's just got much more detail than the other one does. It definitely looks more cloth-like. The other one is just more smooth. It doesn't look as nice as this one. This actually looks like a fabric, fabric material, which I like. And zooming all the way out, you can see the nice look as far as, the silhouette of Kylo Ren. I mean, it looks really, really cool. I mean, you can get him in that pose almost that they showed in the original teaser trailer when we first saw his new lightsaber. I mean, you can almost get him in that style, and it looks really nice. Finally, for size comparison, here we have both the 6-inch Black Series Kylo Rens from the Force Awakens toy line. The one on the left is the unmasked one. The one on the right is the original masked one. Like I said, there is an additional Kylo Ren, which is masked. He looks much similar to this guy, although he's got like little snow on his bottom of his cloak, as well as his lightsaber is more like this one. As you can see, this is what I'm talking about, how this looks clean. This is kind of clunky right here. I don't like that. Also, like you can see that there's more silver on his belt. I mean, they're about the same size. They're pretty much the same figure. This is just molded different. Everything else seems to be fairly similar. I definitely prefer the unmasked one way better. The good thing about that is, just because I like everything about this character, you can pop this head off and put it on there if you wanted to. Because it is a ball joint, it's super easy to do that. I mean, you could put any 6-inch head on there essentially, which is really cool. But I mean, they're both great looking figures. Like I said, I much prefer the one on the left. Now this technically, I think this guy actually came out on the wave that came out right with Rogue One, but we're going to classify him as the Last Jedi toy line. It's pretty close, I mean, but like I said, I really, really enjoy this figure. I mean, he's much better. And here, like you can see, here's his cloak, how his cloak ends here. This guy's cloak goes way down to the ground and kind of overflows like that, because the V starts up here and the V for the cloak starts way lower on this guy. There's no way to fix this. It just doesn't, like, no matter what I do or pull it up, it just bunches up too much. It doesn't look good. This one is just done much better. So, like I said, I prefer the unmasked one. I think he's a much better figure. And I mean, if you really like a masked version of Kylo Ren, definitely get this figure and pull this guy's head off and put it there, and you're pretty much going to have a perfect masked Kylo Ren figure. But once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.